Hi, I'm Beverly Smith, and today I want to talk about ethical codes and a certain situation in regards to using ethical codes. The first thing I want to talk about is the frequent problems that as analysts we face in the field on a weekly and sometimes daily basis that deals with the ethical code. The first thing is using evidence-based data. We tend to work with a lot of practitioners who are not in experience with using evidence-based data. It is our responsibility as analysts to provide to parents, to our clients, to everyone basically on the reason why we're so forego on using evidence-based data. There's a lot of fads going on, and it is our job to show the difference between the fads, which are typically temporarily relief or temporary distraction from what the actual problem is, as opposed to evidence-based, which is long-term and we have research behind the reason why we're doing it. Another dilemma we face is data faking. We tend to run into coworkers, sometimes boss, who basically fake data collection, and when we see things like that we have to call it out because we use those data in order to come up with effective assessments. If we're using fake data, then how are we coming up with effective treatment plans? Another ethical problem sometimes running is working with others, like I mentioned before, working with others who are not in the field as us. So we have to get along. Everyone is on a team. There's a psychiatrist, an OT, a PT, doesn't matter. We all have to work with other people and to see what is best for our client and the most effective assessment for our client. And when we introduce evidence-based data, once again, it's because this is really important, then we will know that we are standing up for our client because we're offering the best possible solution ever. Another thing I wanted to talk about are dual relationships. Sometimes we face dual relationships with someone who's higher than us, or our coworkers, or even sometimes, our clients or the guardian of the client who will overstep those boundaries. We as analysts need to set those boundaries in order to have a more working relationship, and so everyone basically knows their role and what exactly you're there for. It's up to us to highlight those boundaries and to refer to the ethical code if we are in those situations. Confidentiality is one of the most important things we will talk about, and we have learned in this field, and it's our job to basically safeguard our client's information and the identity of our client, especially when someone who isn't the client or the guardian of our client wants to know information on a specific client. The situation I want to briefly talk about is if a friend of a client's mom wanted to know how farther along a specific client was doing in the clinic. Mind you, this is not her child. This is her friend's child. As analysts, we should know that it's against ethical code rules. If that person wants to know what's going on with the child, the person can ask the parent. However, it is not our job to give them information based on the client, because we have to protect our client's best interests, the client's information. And we can also, even a way to address it would be to just refer to, I say I can't. We have to refer to the ethical code 2.06 that states that basically we have to protect their information, and if they want information on the client, they have to refer to the parent. All in all, there are many ethical situations that we face on a daily basis, and it's up to us to know what ethical code, be briefed on the ethical codes and be knowledgeable of the ethical codes in order to know what we should do in certain situations.